You know those mornings where things just seem to not want to work? It's one of those. It's Brekky In The Cave. How are we doing this morning, my friends? Got some bangers on the way for you. I woke up late. Good morning, 3000 crew. How are we doing today? We're live inside the building. This one coming from Bush, baby. Wicked tune, this one. Entitled Empty Again. Future UKG flavours. We got loads on the way. I'm going to be telling you all about it in just a second. Friends, how are we doing this morning? It is Brekky In The Cave. My name is Kovu and this is Cubcam TV. Thank you for joining us this morning. Out to all the people locked in from nice and early. I know we've got we're starting to get a bit of an international audience in here. We've had a couple of people floating in from around Europe. We've had a couple of people floating in from South Africa as well over the past few days, which has been really enjoyable. So yeah, this is going to be episode 3 of this week's run of shows. There's loads of good stuff on the way. We're going to be talking today to Pavv and Will.B, 2 Brighton-based artists who are doing some really, really cool things. Although I am messaging Pavv and I'm not getting a response, so I don't know if he's awake. He may have slipped through. He was meant to send me some music as well, which I haven't received, so I don't know. We might have to skip our first guest. Who knows? It depends on whether he replies within the next 25 minutes or so. But yeah, how is everyone doing? How's everyone finding lockdown? How's everyone finding everything? We got our first Tesco delivery yesterday. And I'll tell you what, they're nice. They're really nice people. You always get these kind of rumors about like delivery drivers being a bit kind of not being like the nicest people on earth, but they were charming, absolutely charming, and a nice conversation at about 5 feet apart. Of course, that's what you're supposed to be. But yeah, we were taking the bags up and down. It was just a nice, genuine experience, to be honest with you. I don't know what I'm talking about it for, but yeah, it's the first time we've had a proper delivery come in. And it's almost become exciting because we were looking through to kind of see like what's here, what have we actually got off the list we ordered. It was bizarre. It was almost like Christmas because we got fresh basil delivered. Very unusual. But yeah, there we go. That was what we did yesterday. As well as that, had loads of new features drop yesterday. We did drop a new vlog on the page. Obviously talking about this competition we've got coming up with 3000 on Friday, which should be very enjoyable indeed. Going to be talking more about that a little bit later on. Today, we're also going to be talking about the fact, we've spoken about it already, but McDonald's have named which stores are going to be opening. And to be honest with you, I don't even know where half of them are. But we'll be looking through that a little bit later on. As well as that, we're going to be looking through the story of someone who received fake headphones that were as big as them, which is, there we go. This is another fun story. We're doing fun stories today on the show, and looking through some new bangers as well, because I tell you what, I've been sent some absolute, some heat over the next few days, and for some reason, one of my channels is just not responding, so I'm having to flip it around as we go. But this one, coming brand new from Murder He Wrote. Now, this one goes by the name of Kondo. This is a remix originally with the track being from Afro-B and T-Pain. UK Funky going global by the looks of things. Yeah, this one's an absolute banger. I saw it pop up in my inbox the other day, and I was just like, you know what, I need to get a piece of this. So, well, not the other day, literally this morning, this one popped up in my inbox. So we're going to get into this one now. Out to all the locked-in crew this morning, it's Cubcam TV. New listeners, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Every new subscriber makes a huge difference to the channel, and yeah, what we're trying to do is hit 500 before the end of lockdown. We started off on 40. We're now on 230-ish, I think. So we are growing. We're growing pretty rapidly. The aim is to hit 500 before the end of lockdown. And with this new run of guests we have coming in, I'm pretty sure we're going to get there. So please get involved. Leave a little message in the comment board on the right-hand side as well, the live chat. Let's have a bit of a conversation. Obviously, the message and the motto of the show is these are unsociable times. So let's make them that little bit more sociable as we go forward. Don't go anywhere. It's Cubcam TV, and it's Brekky in the Cave. Myself, Pavv. There we go. Sounds of Murder He Wrote on that one. What an absolute banger that one is. A perfect tune to start us off the day with. I won't lie, I've had a couple of messages about the shirt. Now I'm going to tell you about the shirt, because it's quite a funny story. So, prior to lockdown, I think it was about a week before lockdown, I had ordered an ASOS delivery, which decided to arrive about 4.5 weeks later during the lockdown. Now, I'm not mad at that, to be honest with you. I'm not mad at all at the fact it took so long. In fact, I'm happy about that because it means it was less likely to have been causing disruption and been causing cross-contamination as well. That's what I'm quite happy about. However, when I ordered this here shirt, I did not realise it was a mesh shirt. I ordered it thinking it was just like a pattern on a t-shirt because that's how it looked in the picture. Turns out it's actually a full-on mesh shirt with like holes in it and shit. But I quite like it. You know what I mean? I've been wearing it all morning and I've gone, you know what? I'm going to keep wearing it. I might as well. But yeah, there we go. That's why it's a little bit of a funky t-shirt this morning because I ordered it thinking it was a pattern. But it is in fact a mesh t-shirt. So there we go. That's how we're rolling forward with it this morning. So there we go. Yeah, that one coming from Murder He Wrote, a remix of Kondo by Afro B and T-Pain. What a remix to get. I've seen Roscoe's got one as well. I haven't seen the full selection for it, but the fact that Roscoe and Murder He Wrote are both putting together remixes for worldwide artists of this caliber, I think it's sick to see. So big up to both of them. It's going to be really, really sick to see how these remixes get received over time. Really, really cool flavors and something a little bit different as well, which I'm really, really enjoying. I really like what Murder He Wrote's doing. I was speaking to him this morning. He's got a project coming out next month, I believe, so we're going to be hopefully getting him in on the show at some point, if I can convince him to do so. Hopefully I can convince him to do so. I seem to be able to convince a fair few people to come on this show, despite the fact the channel's quite small. People seem to enjoy it, so there we go. And all of you listeners seem to enjoy it as well, which I enjoy because I was looking through the stats on the channel, and I was quite surprised to see that our listening figures are up at like 19 minutes average per person, which is amazing. So thank you, literally, thank you everyone who does lock in the morning, because it makes a huge difference to the channel, the fact we have such like a high listenership rate. But yeah, there we go. Let's get into some more music next then. That's what we're here to do today. We're here to play some absolute bangers for you. I was going through my inbox yesterday and seeing just how many bangers we have got floating around. And there's some corking stuff in there, so that's what we're going to be looking at next. We're going to be looking into this one from Royal Flush. This one is forthcoming on Downplay. If anyone on my Twitter feed saw what was going on yesterday, they sent me a very funny gif when I said Strictly Flavor was my favourite garage label. They sent me a The Feeling When Cub Kovu Breaks Your Heart gift. But yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. I've got a lot of time for the Slime Recordings gang. So this one, Royal Flush, Somebody New, don't go anywhere. Bang. Fresh UKG here on the show. Since the Fresh UKG. Have you practiced your garage voice?
After all the things you did to me, I wasn't happy. Oh, you had me open like you did. Couldn't see the things I should see. Now you remind me to hang out with your friends, fool around it, fool around it, fool around it. To hang out with your friends, fool around it, fool around it, fool around it.
sounds of Royal Flush on this one. Gonna get my switches all turned up and everything. It's not a great morning, I've got to say. Woke up late. Update. No one likes an update on their computer in the morning. Nobody wants an update. Do it in the evening. Update in the evening. That's what you want. Morning updates. Yeah. Not for me. This one, though, coming from Royal Flush, track entitled Somebody New. Really, really cool tune, actually. Forthcoming on Slime Recordings. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just had to say my favourite label was Strictly Flavour, okay? Had to say they were my favourite garage label. I'm sorry. But there we go. Really, really cool stuff from Royal Flush. That one is out at the end of the month, I believe. Oh, no, it's next week. That one's out because we've got Royal Flush on the show. Bap, bap. There we go. There's loads of cool stuff on the way before we finish up. Well, before we even finish up. We're only about 17 minutes in. Loads of cool stuff to talk about. So let's have a little look at this article that I've seen floating around here. Which McDonald's stores are going to be reopening first? Now, I've got a funny feeling this is just going to annoy me because I've glanced at this list already, and to be honest with you, I don't know half of these places. I like to think I'm moderately well versed in the geography of the UK, and I won't lie, I don't know where a lot of these places are. So the 15 stores that are deciding to reopen McDonald's-wise: Riverside, Chelmsford, Westway. So they've got 2 in Chelmsford, the lucky bastards. Ipswich, Cardinal Park, Boreham, Interchange, Luton, Leargrave, Watford, Hertfordshire Arms, Chowland Lane, Luton, Beechings Way in Gillingham, Sittingbourne Retail Park, Gillingham, Bowwaters. Why have they got 2 in Gillingham? 2 in Gillingham and 2 in Chelmsford. Tooting, Dalston, Welling, Harrow and Luton at George Street. 2 in Luton as well. So, why haven't we got one here? Why are they making it so difficult for us? Hey, why are they doing it so that we don't have a McDonald's open? I'm craving a McDonald's very, very badly now I've had that conversation. And you know the thing is, the trick I've always found with McDonald's is don't get the meals. Don't get the meals. Get 3 plain cheeseburgers, fries and a drink, and it's a $5, and you get more than you would in a meal. That's my advice to you. When this is all back to normal, when normality ensues, that's the meal you should go and grab for a $5. It's probably about £1.50 more or whatever, but you get such like a nice stack of stuff, and it's definitely the one, trust me. I am missing McDonald's. We've got a fair few people locked in now, so everyone in the chat, what is the food you're missing most under lockdown? Is it KFC? I interviewed someone today, and that said that was basically coming out and saying that their favourite thing that they've missed was Nando's, which I'm not too sure about, to be honest with you. Not really a Nando's fan, but that's personal preference. So let me know in the chat, what is the thing you have missed most about lockdown? What takeaway food, what fast food, what just food in general have you missed? Because there's a couple of places I've really missed. I've missed not being able to have a good quality pizza. I've missed that. I'm a flatbread man when it comes to pizza. I'm not really one for a Papa John's or a Pizza Hut or anything like that. I like a Fatto a Mano. If you come from Brighton, you'll know the sort of thing. But yeah, there's a few things I'm missing, but you know what? We're getting by. I think people are getting by. But yeah, let us know in the chat how you're feeling about that one. In about 10 minutes or so, I'm hoping to jump on the line with Pavv, but I've got to say, he's still not replying, so I don't know if he's maybe slept through or something's happened. I'm not too sure. I'm going to try ringing him and see if I can get through to him that way, but hopefully we'll still be able to get on the line with him at some point today. For now, though, let's jump into a couple of other bits. Out to Arvo joining us this morning, saying 100% Mackey's is the thing he's missing the most. I think so as well. It was on my walk home from work as well, so if I wasn't in the best mood, I could always stop by and grab a cheeseburger or 3. And you know what it is about McDonald's as well? McDonald's chips are pretty untouchable, I think. It's McDonald's chips and McDonald's ketchup because it's 999% sugar. I think that might be why I enjoy it so much. But yeah, it's quite mad how nice McDonald's ketchup is and how much not McDonald's chips is. What you do, you take the chip, put the ketchup on it, and you scrape it into the inside of your £1 cheeseburger that tastes disgusting and incredible at the same time. I don't know how they do it. They manage to hit so many different parts of my brain. Emotionally, enjoyment centers are blinking on a mad one. Warning signals are flashing up across my eyes. But Yeah, I do enjoy a McDonald's. What can you say? I think everyone enjoys a McDonald's, to be honest with you. So let's get into some more bangers, shall we? This one, brand new from Rick Jam, going by the name of Countless Dreams. Fresh reggae music here on Cubcam TV. New listeners, please do make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. We're here to entertain you in the mornings and bring you good vibes as well, because that's what we want to do. This is a show that's going to get better and better and better as we go. The music's going to get even more exclusive as you go, so there's going to be it's going to get to the point, I believe, where this is going to be the first place you can hear new stuff. Obviously, through the sort of Juno download stuff, through the 3000 stuff, through Southpoint, through all these other platforms, it does look like we're starting to build up a really, really good catalogue of exclusive music to play. So it's going to be an exciting one. So let's get into this one from Rick Jam. This one is Countless Dreams. Fresh reggae music here on Cubcam TV. Don't go anywhere. Bap!
I've been a lot of countless dreams. All my life's gonna be when I was 13. Say that never have no motivation, no determination, because I just lose my day one. I've been a lot of countless dreams. All my life's gonna be when I was 13. Say that never have no motivation, no determination, because I just lose my day one. At age 13, I never knew my right step. And the first step me go take, it was a hard step. Because my mother just drop out and know my heart wept. Because she was my heart and soul and now my tricep. She used to tell myself to use my talent and protect it to them in the future. Cause if you know say life is short, yes. She said no bother watch no face, I just the start, yes. Just hold your feet, hold up your head and start to fight, yes. I've been a lot of countless dreams. All my life's gonna be when I was 13. Say that never have no motivation, no determination, because I just lose my day one. I've been a lot of countless dreams. All my life's gonna be when I was 13. Said that never have no motivation, no determination.
Fabulous flavours on this one from Rick Jam. Countless Dreams, fresh reggae music here on Cubcam TV. We always like to play some new reggae in the mornings as well. There's no breakfast reggae show. I don't know why. Makes no sense to me.
My family whenever see the truth until me start to write up all the lyrics and go put it in my book until me tell myself say me I figure prove it. No more wonder why this music thing I've misrooted, cause it kept me on a path and that path lead up to my greatness. I've been a lot of countless dreams. All my life's gonna be when I was 13. Say that never have no motivation, no determination, because I just lose my day one. I've been a lot of countless dreams. All my life's gonna be when I was 13. Say that never have no motivation, no determination, because I just lose my day one. At age 21, now me start forget a lot of motivation from the people, them what did they from day one, cause in any city.
Really liking this one from Rick Jam. Out to all the listeners this morning. It's Cubcam TV. Let us know how you're feeling in the chat box. Let's have a conversation. Where are you listening from? What are you up to today? What's the plan for today in lockdown? I don't know what day we're on. Are we in week 8 now? I genuinely don't know. I've lost track. But that's not a bad thing, I don't think. Let's take every day as it comes. Stop trying to rush outside. It's a very silly thing to do. So, we are going to be moving forward next into more conversation and looking at more music as well, of course. Now, I'm really, really hoping Pavv gets back to me within the next sort of 5 minutes so we can jump into that chat with him. Otherwise, we're going to have to keep looking through funny news stories until Will.B steps up, which is going to be enjoyable. But there we go. A woman who supposedly purchased a pair of off-brand AirPods from Amazon was left in hysterics after she received her order. A woman from Dubai, Alize, says she purchased a pair of fake Apple AirPods for just £50, 184 DHS, from an online retailer. Whilst she knew that the pair she ordered wouldn't be the same as the originals, and there was nearly a £90 difference in the Amazon pair and the authentic Apple AirPods within retail prices, of course, she thought she would have a white petite case that the earphones came in. But when they arrived in a box slightly larger than she had anticipated, she knew something was wrong. It turns out the AirPods were actually the size of her arm. I'm going to try and get this image up onto the thing because this is really funny to me. It's really funny to me. I don't know if it'll be really funny to anyone else, but let's have a little look. So, on looking through these, I've got a little image on here somewhere, if I just can be able to find it. Bear in mind, this is all brand new to me. There we go. This was an image that that Eon sent in a little while ago when we were talking about what have you pre-ordered for lockdown. However, this is the image of these earphones that this woman received, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Look at that. Imagine ordering headphones and these arrive, and you've got like a long journey ahead of you the next day. Imagine getting onto a train or something like that. Going, awesome, my headphones are here. I'm gonna be able to listen to music and really kind of like disappear and zone out. Nope, they're the size of my head. So how am I supposed to be able to do that? That's an amazing story, to be honest with you. There we go. Fun times in lockdown. That's what we're here to look at. That's genuinely hilarious to me. The fact that these headphones have arrived and it is literally the size of her head, literally the length of her arm, size of her head. She can't listen to any music. That's genuinely very funny to me. But there we go. That's today's fun time story. Let's then move into some more music next. Then I genuinely don't know if I'm going to be able to get hold of Pavv, so we'll see about that in just a second. If not, I might see if Will.B wants to jump on a little bit early, so we can switch the movement around, just so we're not just listening to me waffle for an hour and a half. Because as much as I enjoy it, I know a lot of you are here to listen to the guests more specifically. So let's have a little look. This one coming from SD2 Spilly. Brighton based music is what we are here to promote as much as anything else. I'm a big Brighton head, of course. Those who know me and will listen to the show regularly will know I'm very much adamant, more than anything else, on promoting Brighton and Brighton's music scene across the airwaves and across the UK. So this one coming from SD2 Spilly, his brand new single, Wanna Be Cool. Really, really cool stuff. I'm going to ring Pavv now, and if we can't get hold of him, I'm going to speak to Will.B and see if we can get him on a little bit earlier. There we go.
Rollie on my wrist, I don't wanna tell the time. Rollie on my wrist, I don't wanna know the time. Pull up on your bitch, she gon' listen to my lies. On your bitch, she gon' listen to my lies. Rollie on my wrist, I don't wanna know the time. Pull up on your bitch, she gon' listen to my lies. When I tell her she the shit, she gon' wanna ride. From with 2C, she gon' wanna spend some time. Hennessy with ice, turn her wrong into the ride. Little conversation, she forget that you a guy. Stupid don't notice, I'ma fucking say goodbye. Really should've noticed, I'm a slime. Ask me where I'm from, I told her from the other side. Fuck the ops,
we have contact. Pavv will be on in just a second.
Even if that Uchi tight, I can't tell my guys. Girl, you sexy. Sex me, could've been my bestie. Look into my eyes, shopping with my niggas, introduce you to the life. Diamonds on my wrist, all I wanna do is shine. Addicted to the drip, Louis bag if you hold my stick. Take a trip to the garden if you take these risks. Pulling on your hair before I weigh this brick. Standing on the sofas in the club and pouring champagne. Fuck you in the AM, I ain't tryna learn your name. Crime scene every time my niggas front page. Used to be used to, my ex was a Now I'm getting money, spend a corner on my new shoes. I don't want you as usual. Drop the roof on the coupe, speeding in the wrong lane. Drugs in my cup, I can't feel my face. I got TT, you can have a taste. If you freak me, hit you from the back, no feelings. I just want the money, I got plans for the remix. Whipped it in the kitchen, I got hard for the demon. I got hard for the demon. If I said I love you, that's a lie. I can't love you, I only love my guys. If I testify, then oh my guys would take my life. If I said I love you, that's a lie. I can't love you, I only love my guys. If I testify, then oh my guys would take my life. Started with a dream, really for the...
Right then, friends, we are back on Cubcam TV, and we've got hold of Pavv. He's here in the building. How are you doing this morning, sir, my good friend?
Yes, I'm good, man. I'm good, thank you.
Good to hear. So we've got a lot to talk about today. It's been a while since we last had a conversation. Just as a bit of background for those new listening in, obviously this show is generating quite like a mixed group of people. So people are coming in from the hip-hop side, from the reggae side, from the UK bass side. For those that don't know, let us know quickly exactly who Pavv is and what you do.
Okay, so originally I've been a bass DJ, like dance music producer and DJ for most of my career, that's how I've been. Recently, I've kind of switched things up. I've always been a producer, so I've switched things up a little bit. So I'm producing for artists, different kind of music, different like genres, R&B, hip hop, drill, grime, stuff like that. And I think in the last year, since I started doing that, I kind of found my calling in what I want to do when it comes to production sense.
Sick. So obviously the last few weeks then have been quite an unusual one in regards to scenario and kind of collaboration and stuff like that. It's definitely been a situation where I feel people have kind of had to adapt to their new surroundings. Like, have you found yourself making different sorts of styles over the past few weeks because of the lockdown scenario?
Yeah, definitely. Just having more time. Like if I'm at work or I'm working, I've got a day off. I know it's not, only a certain amount of hours in that day, and I've got projects I need to finish for certain deadlines. But at the moment, I've had such freedom to just create anything, just wake up, or even at halfway through the day, I'm not even doing much, obviously, go make a new tune. So I started a couple of things that I wouldn't normally make. I started making some drum and bass, which I think I've only ever made 2 or 3 drum and bass tracks in my life. So yeah, definitely there's more room to create, 100%.
Sick, man. Well, that's good to hear, because obviously I've known you for a while now, and I've known you're always quite keen to try out new things. Obviously, the last year or so, you've been really kind of following the more sort of UKG sort of approach. You've been kind of looking more into sort of vocal work and experimenting with the sound as much. Do you feel this scenario has actually given you the kind of like real push to push into that kind of area rather than sticking to the stuff that you've been more releasing over the last few years?
Yeah, it's definitely helped. I mean, obviously this time for a lot of people is bad. They've lost their jobs, a lot of people lost their lives. But personally, for me, it has been actually just what I needed in my music career, I think, just to give me that little bit of time off from work, a little bit less stress, and just to really, really focus and get sort of the next year or the rest of this year sort of pattern and ready,
Yeah, definitely, man. I think that's a good thing as well, because obviously the thing I'm seeing on Twitter a lot of the time at the moment is this sort of thing of, oh, don't push me into doing things, don't push me into trying things, which I understand, and I'm completely fine with that. I'm completely fine with it. I can understand this isn't necessarily the perfect scenario for creativity. However, there are people that want to use this time to be creative, and I feel you're definitely one of these people that is kind of pushing for that.
Yeah, man, for real.
Definitely.
Also, spending a lot of time doing nothing as well, which is great.
This is the thing. Like, how are you spending the time when you aren't necessarily producing? Because this is the thing I found interesting. Everyone seems to have different approaches. Because even with all the spare time of that you're going to have, and the new time you can put into music, like how realistically you can't spend the whole time doing that. So like, what else have you been up to?
No. Well, watching, I think I've binge watched a couple series already. Can't lie. I had a fair few little parties. I live with 6 people together, so we're not short of having a little party yet. We've had parties of just 6 of us, So we do that a little bit. But mostly just, to be fair, I've been jogging, I've been cycling, and I've got like a little terrace outside my house, so in my garden, so I've been working out and stuff.
Sick.
So I haven't actually been bored that many times. I wanted to go out and quite a few times, but I haven't been like, oh, I've got nothing to do. Play some like PS4s or consoles, make some music, or binge watch some TV, basically.
Definitely, man. I think that's the thing of this as well. That's the most difficult thing that people are kind of I don't want to say struggling with, because I think people are very much able to. I think people are getting around it now, but I feel early on, it was that thing of making sure that people just weren't bored more than anything else. Like, there is only so long you can binge watch something for. There's only so long you can spend in a DAW trying to process a kick slightly differently. You know what I mean? It's definitely like a thing of trying to repel the boredom, which is sick to hear. And I'm glad you've it definitely sounds like you found a way of doing that. And I think living in a 6-person house definitely makes a difference to that.
Yeah, 100%.
Sick. So let's get into the first of the tracks we're going to be playing today. So this one goes by the name of Mountains, and it's featuring Hatter. Now I believe Hatter's one of the people in the same house as you at the time.
Exactly. Yeah, we get together. Yeah.
Sick. So like, when you're kind of like putting music together now, are you building stuff with much more of a mind of, oh, this is going to be vocaled, or are you still just kind of making sort of, or just letting the kind of creative juices roll and seeing what comes out?
The beats are definitely aimed to be vocal. Everything I'm doing is I'm putting less in the song to make room for vocals. I'm not as busy my songs, because I know that when you put a vocal over something, it adds to the production as well. So a lot of stuff I've been making, not with like a rapper or a singer in mind, but I'll make something, I might just sit on it for a week, then I'll play through them to a few people, send them over to people and see what they're saying, see if they're feeling it. But a lot of it is in-house, man. I make it, I listens to it, he might want to vocal it, or I'll send it over to my friend Susan or PVC, and yeah, that's how it sort of works. I have to sort of send it out to where it goes at the time, but it's never really, hasn't got like a home brand until I sort of listen to it for a few times and sit on it for a week.
That's good though, man. I think that's how so much creativity is allowed to flow as well. Because I've been listening through like the sort of Instagram clips and the different like bits you're putting up left on different social media platforms, and it seems to be so varied. A lot of the stuff you're putting up, which is it's exciting to hear. Yeah.
That's kind of how. I mean, I was always known for a certain type of production, like when it came to dance music, and I thought after a while I was really, really trying to make everything that everyone wanted me to make, everything that everyone wanted, that everyone knew me for. And then after a while, I started not enjoying it. As soon as I stopped doing it, I stopped getting gigs because I stopped producing that kind of dance music. So at first I was a bit bummed out, but then really, when I started going back to my production, I realised that I was enjoying it 10 times more, I was progressing 10 times quicker, I was trying new things, and I just love it. And since then, I've been the happiest I've ever been making music for them.
Sick, man. That's good to hear. That's something that is really, really good to hear. To kind of hear that, to hear you kind of go through that sort of process of obviously getting a lot of bookings to then not wanting to make the stuff that's getting the bookings to now turning it around and going, look, I'm enjoying what I'm making, and that's the most important thing. That's a genuinely sick thing to hear. So
yeah, it's really good.
We're going to get into this first track then. This one is Mountains featuring Hatter. Don't go anywhere, guys. We are live on Cubcam TV. This is Brekky In The Cave. We're live on the line with Pavv. Boop.
Yeah, money gets spent, other than rent. That's farms and liquor, we wavy again. Bad baby pretend, no charm, they bitter, I'm acting a fool. I'm still on the pool, that party was there, I'll be at it again. First to the end, yeah.
Lord knows I don't need one. More flows, yeah, I've been cold since I begun. More time, you just talk loads, you ain't need one. Can't ever get me spun. Too quick, I move ruthless, we ain't even. True shit, my dons ooze drip, we just leak some. Fuck your allowance, chat to your girl, sweet. Hundreds of thousands, I was up in the mountains. Just snow, no fountains. My team, what about them? Fast boys all loud when I'm around them. Man was talking, proud to be found them. Never will allow it.
Money gets spent, other than rent. That's farms and liquor, we wavy again. Bad baby pretend, no charm, they bitter, I'm acting a fool. I'm still on the pool, that party was there, I'll be at it again. Fresh to the end.
Yeah, what have I told you? Been writing bars since 02. Got beats to clap and fold you. Want beats, just holler my phone. If Donny is cold, let's go through. I was 20 years old with no clue. Now I'm clued up, give 2 fucks. Yeah, I'm due love, get a moolah. Won't pay no mind to a puta. PAV got stamina, Mac game bad 'em up. Sick like Mac with camera. I heard some man been ballied up. How many times can't tally up? Tax man cool, yeah, hang it up. Still legal, I'm still peaceful. Still got mad love for my people. And I get it all back, cause we're equal.
Money gets spent, other than rent. That's crimes and liquor, we wavy again. But they be pretend, no charm, they better, I'm acting a fool. I'm still in the pool, that party was there, I'll be A again. Fresh to the end, yeah.
How much I spent on liquor and garms. If I saw the figures, I'd flicker my heart. You're dealing with bars, I'm dealing with art. You're licking the Benz, my boy building up farms. Chilling, I'm calm. Made the girl say crash, you ain't singing no psalm. Don't drive, yeah, I ain't whipping no sob. Tripping, I'm suave. In front of the button down. Dizzing my drink, I ain't coming down. When I was a youth, I was running round. Shit, now this in the run around. Sleeves rolled up, weed rolled up. Looking like I got a little cheat code, cuz early bird get the one, need no love. Can't get it in the morning like Ebro does.
Money gets spent, other than rent. That's farms and liquor, we wavy again. Bad baby pretend, no charm, they bitter, I'm acting a fool. I'm still on the pool, that party was there, I'll be at it again. Fresh to the end, yeah.
Right then, we're back on Cubcam TV. That one there got the name of Mountains, featuring Hatter, something really, really different and unique. Am I right in thinking that's the first place the track's been played?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, baby. We're getting those exclusives in on Cubcam TV this morning. That's what I'm talking about. The cave holds many gems, as we kind of look at it. So, kind of moving forward then, something I want to touch on in this interview is, obviously, a few months ago, I think it was January, you guys all went on a pretty exciting-looking trip. It looked like there was a lot of people involved. It looked like it was a genuinely quite enjoyable experience. Talk to me about what that trip involved and what it was.
Yeah, so beginning of February, we went, me and the rest of the All In Collective, which is a new collective we created at the beginning of the year to kind of come together. It's not just producers, we've got keyboardists, we've got drummers, we've got vocalists, rappers, singers, photographers, cinematographers. So it's just a collective, but we all came together. We wanted to bring good vibes, we want to bring everyone in together. And we started off with a writers' camp out in Czech Republic in a place called Trickstar, which is an industrial bar track that's real in the middle of nowhere. So we went out there, we stayed in a little chalet right next to a mountain. So there was a skydiving and all that kind of stuff. So there was like a little chalet basically that we had stayed in. We had the whole thing to ourselves. We created 3 studios in 3 different rooms. There was 14 of us, so we were out there with Pavv, who's a rapper from London, Season, who's from Brighton, which you probably know, BBC, Hatter, out there with Roxy Roberts from Hidden Evil, Chrissy from Caribbean Kitchen, Promotions. We had Clem from Kudu Blue, we had Luke, who's a drummer and a keyboardist from Brighton. Dragon Bowman was there as well. We had Gizmo from Rum. We had Sylvia and Bobby Johnson. It was a massive group, that's about 14 artists all together. And we had Aaron Coleshill Productions, who was out filming it for us.
I mean, that's a lot of people involved in such like a short space. How was the flight?
Funny, man. The flight out there was some people don't like to fly. Like the purist, he came up with us. If you know about him, he's a massive producer. He doesn't like to fly, so he decided to drink a couple of bottles of red wine before he got on the flight. Just so he could get on the flight. Yeah, and safe to say he doesn't remember the flight. That's getting back to the chalet and everything. So yeah, the flight there was it was all right. Flight back, however, was a complete shambles. All of us, there was 17 of us together. I think we drank 4 bottles of rum or something before we got on the flight.
My word! I mean, flying in general tends to be quite a cramped experience at the best of times. Like realistically, most of the time when people fly these days, it's not super first class. It's in quite like a cramped environment.
No, yeah, it was. We were right there. There was 17 of us. We were all spread out over the whole plane. So yeah, safe to say, it got a little bit out of hand on that flight.
So, like, were you all like shouting down the corridors and across it?
Oh man, 100% that. It was very, very unprofessional. It was very unprofessional from us. But obviously we're all friends, so we find it hard to not. I don't know, not to have fun in it.
You find it hard not to enjoy yourself more than anything else. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you are flying back from having like a week, like sort of production camp, which is which is quite mad. So what we're gonna, I mean, so out of that trip, then, did you find you ended up with a load of projects finished up, or is there like an album on the way? Or?
So basically, yeah. So we didn't. There wasn't things fully finished when we got there. Like when we were there, we basically got everyone recorded everything, and then when we got back, we must have had. I think we had 17 songs together. I think in the 5 days we were there, we had about 17 to 20 songs. And then once we got back, some people re-recorded this, some people did that. I was just sat there mixing it. Me and Hatter did a song that had, there was 6 MCs on it. It was like a big song that me and Hatter produced when we were out there. And then we took it back to the studio and Brighton at both open rooms. We got a guy from Kudu Blue to play bass, live bass on it. And then we got a saxophonist to play, someone playing the trumpet over it as well. So, we built that back here as well as out there, and then that's pretty much mixed down and ready to go now. So, we don't know how we're going to release things yet. That's all up to Roxy and Chrissy from Hidden Evil and Caribbean Kitchen Promotions, but, it's all up to them, really.
It sounds sick though, as well. Like as an experience, like with all of you being out there. Obviously, you're all from kind of different genre backgrounds. I'll say. Obviously, you've got lots of rappers. You've got more sort of like live musicians with the drummers and stuff like that. You've then obviously got rappers. You've got producers. Like yourself and PVC obviously come from a much more kind of dance music-y background. When it comes to this current scenario, obviously rappers like you've got Seaslin out there. You've got Rag and Bone, obviously one of the biggest singers in the world at this point, I'd say. So it must have been quite like a mixing pool. Like, were there any kind of like musical disagreements going on, or was it pretty much smooth sailing the whole way through?
It was so smooth. I was not expecting like problems, but I mean, I didn't know everyone, and as you said, everyone does come from a different kind of background musically, but as well as not musically, like they chill with different people, they grew up with different people, so I thought there might be a little bit of a butt-head situation, but from the first night, from the get-go, we got there, everyone had a beer, and then about half an hour later, we went, yo, set the studio up for them, and we made one of the best songs we've made out of the whole time we were there. We made it the first night we got there at like 9 o'clock as soon as we landed.
Sick.
Everyone just got along. There was a few little upsets when like someone didn't wash their plate up or something the next day, or like them kind of standard living with people problems, innit? But as it comes to, when it came to creativeness and us all connecting, there was not a problem at all.
That's sick, man. That's really, really good to hear. And to be honest, when I was because I was still at radio when this was happening, so I was tuning into the sort of Instagram videos from about 6 different people every morning. So I was getting like six different angles of everything that was going on. It was literally like watching it was like being on Sky Telly and pressing the red button and choosing my angle like specifically. But in general, it was really sick to see. And what I really, really liked about the whole scenario was it wasn't just a holiday where you were where you seemed to be like cooped in. It seemed to be that everyone was out doing little things from time to time. Like I saw Seaslin was running around in the snow, like doing like training camps and stuff like that. Like I saw
the mountain at one point as well.
In general, it just looked like a really good getaway. Like, if you were like, would you recommend doing something like that to like a group of musicians, kind of going and doing a getaway?
Definitely. One reason why is because everyone knows when they go on holiday or when they go to a new place, they get a little boost of energy, this little boost of like life, if anything, a little bit of difference to their every day. So then that gives you creativity. That's 100%. So getting out into a place, obviously it's been known that bands go to little converted farm studios and spend a week there and write their album there, record their album there. This is, I think, is perfect for someone that wants to get into this kind of thing, because writers' camps are a thing, people do that all across the world. It's super important to do something like that in your career, I think.
Definitely.
100%.
I think
getting outside your comfort zone a bit and just getting out there, man.
It was really good to see, and another thing I really liked about it as well, that everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves pretty much the whole time. Obviously, we live life through like a kind of Instagram filter, shall we say, where you're only really seeing the good stuff the majority of the time. But in general, it looked like the vibe over there was like a really enjoyable vibe to be a part of.
Definitely, the mornings were like hangovers, isn't it? So everyone's a bit drunk in the mornings, but like the overall vibe definitely was wicked. We played a show out there as well, with, in like this little bar off like a massive estate, and like the way to describe it, I can't remember how someone described it. They said it's like the little pub off the estate in Shameless. If you've seen Shameless,
I haven't seen Shameless, no. But
Shameless, it's a little pub on the estate. Yeah, it's like all the locals go there. So this pub is massive. It's called Midland Irish Pub. Big up Midland Irish Pub. Having us on board. We went there and played a show, and that was the weirdest show.
I think I saw a few clips of it. It did look like, I won't lie, there was a point where there was the classic thing of more people being on stage than in the dance.
100%, and we were much more gassed than anyone in the whole place. But no, we turned it up in there, man. We turned it up. It was weird, but it was wicked. But they were loving it. The reaction to the music was crazy. They loved it. They had no idea what we were saying, definitely. But they loved the energy.
That's sick.
We put the whole crowd on stage at one point with a tune. We were in the crowd at one point.
Well, I've always kind of thought that if you've got more people on stage than you do in the crowd, why not just get everyone on stage and just make a smaller dance?
That's kind of what we did, didn't it? Turns out there was no one on the crowd. There was just everyone on stage.
There you go. That makes a lot more sense. It's still a dance.
Go around that one, isn't it?
Yeah. That's sick to hear, man. Right. So we're going to get into another tune next. This one goes by the name of What Would You Do? Talk to me about this tune. How did it come together? What's the sort of vibe we can expect with this one?
Alright, so this one I produced, 5? We have recorded this on Saturday, I think. yeah, so I produced this that morning, Saturday morning, and it was I've been sampling a lot more recently, but like trying to like sample things that you wouldn't, trying to manipulate it so much you never know what the original sample was basically.
Okay.
And I found to look at the artists and stuff that I've been sampling. So I made the beat that morning. Just vibes to it. I know I wanted to go for it that day because we had a couple of drinks, we were in that sort of vibe and how I came to do all the key chords. And then we just went from there really.
Sick. All right, we're going to get into this one now then. Don't go anywhere, guys. We are live on Cubcam TV. I can see a load of new listeners this morning. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. We want to make sure this channel continues to grow, gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Please do let us know how you're feeling in the live chat as well. Let's have a bit of a conversation this morning. Don't go anywhere. It's Brekky in the Cave. Pavv is on the line. Oh, yes.
Fuck a 9 to 5, I'm tryna feel alive, not dead inside. Tell me what would you do? Mine's dark, tryna find that spark. To move up, you gotta lose your heart. Tell me what would you do? Fuck a 9 to 5, I'm tryna feel alive, not dead inside. Tell me what would you do? Mine's dark, tryna find that spark. To move up, you gotta lose your heart. Tell me what would you do? Too much on my mind, can't think straight. Late nights, no sleep, not a wink, mate. Wash my face in the sink, feel strain in my skin, it's a piss take. Never make a mistake. If I do, then I own up, grown up. I showed up and I'm ready, what's the hold up? I'm so fucked with the Henny and the roll up. Still to get my dough up, you been getting no love. But I'm out where the grass grow. Tangled trees where the branch broke. Like anxious dreams till you can't cope. Hold on to your last hope, I'm all worried out. I grabbed my keys and I hurried out. Feet on the beach in the sunny south. Think to myself, so funny how things turn around. Fuck a 9 to 5, I'm tryna feel alive, not dead inside. Tell me what would you do? Mine's dark, tryna find that spark. To move up, you gotta lose your heart. Tell me what would you do? Fuck a 9 to 5, I'm tryna feel alive, not dead inside. Tell me what would you do? Mine's dark, tryna find that spark. To move up, you gotta lose your heart. Tell me what would you do? So what would you do? Game full of lies, but I'm honest and true. Fuck the fake love, cause we got on a tune. You wouldn't holler at me, I wouldn't holler at you. Small conversations, not in the mood. When I'm gone and it's through, I wanna parade down Lewis Road plus a monument too. Cause I got sauce like condiments do. Daily give my community service, so fuck your community service. I do this work for unity's purpose. A man without principle truly is worthless. Every second that I'm living, man, my brain's doing up yin and yang. I got so much evil but so much good, so I stick to the plan when I can. Fuck a 9 to 5, I'm tryna feel alive, not dead inside. Tell me what would you do? Mine's dark, tryna find that spark. To move up, you gotta lose your heart. Tell me what would you do? Fuck a 9 to 5, I'm tryna feel alive, not dead inside. Tell me what would you do? Mine's dark, tryna find that spark. To move up, you gotta lose your heart. Tell me what would you do?
Right then, friends, it's Cubcam TV. Out to everyone joining us this morning. Out to the new subscribers. Out to man like Johnny B joining us. Out to man like Arrow hitting that sub button as well. You know what, everyone, all of you, just hit the sub button. Do me a favour. We're live on the line with Pavv right about now. And we're looking through new music, new releases, and some exclusive bits as well. That one's an absolute roller. Really, really cool flavours on that one. So, just before we finish up, talk to me what's on the way for the future. Then, what's the sort of plan for the next sort of 6 months?
Right, so I've got a garage release lined up, and I've got like a techie, bassy, housey kind of release lined up. Might be the last kind of bass release you hear from me. Not forever, but for a while. That's lined up. We'll just need to master, I think. That's how I do that, actually. And then when it comes to production-wise, I'm doing a compilation album. I'm going to call it, actually, I'm going to keep the name back for a bit. Compilation album, all produced by me, all Brighton, not all Brighton artists, but mostly featuring Brighton artists.
A bit of a Brighton focus, shall we say?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, all my beats. Some tunes, just other people. I'll feature on some of them as a feature vocals on some of them as well. But yeah, mainly it's me, my production, other people sort of rapping, and that's my compilation. That's what I'm going to do. That's my first introduction to the vocal and production side of this genre, I think, for me.
Sick, man. Well, that's good to hear. I'm looking forward to getting into it. I believe I am about to receive an exclusive via my email address as well.
Yes, you are. Should be in your... it should be there already. Let me check. Oh, no. Well done.
There we go. This is the beauty of doing this show from home as well. It means we can actually send things over last minute. Honestly, I can safely say a large portion of my work when I'm actually at radio is pretty much getting people to send stuff over like 3 days beforehand, so I have time to upload it and format it and get it into the system and all these things there. It's the beauty of doing things from home. We can actually do things last minute and get some genuine hot off the press exclusive floating around as well, which is really, really cool to see. So I'm pretty much we'll basically just carry on until we can get this final exclusive to pop. So just in general, like, how have you been finding food? Because obviously I know you're a foodie guy.
Yeah, I've been cooking loads, man. It's been actually quite nice. I've just got so much more time to actually sorry, I'm trying to find the thing at the same time. So much more time to like plan your meals and stuff. I've been cooking 3 times a day. Like, it's been really nice. I've had some really good food.
Sick, man. That's good to see. And I think as well, with a lot of things that I'm seeing a lot of kind of like temporary kitchens pop up. I'm seeing a lot of different things where people really are starting to experiment with food. And what I really like about this is people are almost like utilizing the fact that there aren't a load of very, very exciting ingredients out there. Like, for instance, I haven't seen an avocado in about a month. I don't think you can actually get avocados in the UK.
Last avocado I got was rock solid. And I let it sit and it just didn't ripen. It was just
So yeah, how are we looking on this tune then?
We're not looking anywhere at the moment. Here we go. Right.
There we go, we got it. Out to everyone who is locked in at the moment, we are on Cubcam TV. Coming up next as well, after this last tune, we're going to be jumping into a conversation with a man like Will.B. We're really putting Brighton on this morning. That's what I'm really enjoying. We're looking through a couple of Brighton-based artists. I might do this once a week, kind of put a bit of focus on Brighton and the Brighton scene, because obviously we all like to kind of cross-pollinate with the sounds we're using down here, and I feel that kind of trip that Pavv went on really was a good example of that, and a good example of how I'm trying to think how collaborative Brighton is as a city, or at least how collaborative it's become, which is really, really enjoyable to see. And as well as that, we're going to be talking about the fact that he's gone sort of semi-viral on TikTok with his new one, which is obviously we've seen videos of people doing the TikTok dances and stuff to his tunes. Should be really enjoyable to see. As well as that, please let me know, chat, if there's anyone you would like to see me get on the show. Please do let me know, and just ask, because I can send off emails, I can send off little bits left, right, and centre. I enjoy doing these interviews in the morning. I enjoy talking to different people. So please do let me know if there's anyone specifically you would like me to get on the show and have a conversation with, because there's loads of people. The next couple of weeks are looking really entertaining. Who have we got on tomorrow? We've got Tumble Audio and Toph on tomorrow. Like, we've got the likes of Smokey Bubbling B, Pelican, Solector, Kidder all on next week. We've got Gassed Records, Rapture 4D in the works. We've got Lyrical Strally coming on. As I said before, we've got Royal Flush coming on as well. Ruben De Silva's locked in. Like, there's loads of really cool guests on the way. So please do let me know if there is anyone you want me to interview. Out to 3,000 base. Got loads of avocados. I'll sort you out. How? Are you stealing them? Where are you? Have you got like a private avocado importer? How is this happening? Right, we've received this tune, so we're going to be able to run this in just a second to stop me waffling on about avocados. That's all good, bro. That's all good. So yeah, right. Just before we finish up, what are you up to for the rest of the day then?
I'm going to work out. I'm going to go for a bike ride, and then I'm going to cook some wicked wings, I reckon. Chicken wings.
That's what I like to hear, man.
Yeah, I'll keep it chill today.
Good stuff. That's what I like to hear. Right then, dude, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to finish up with this one. It goes by the name of Right Way. One time, what is the best social media tag for people to get you on?
PAVV_UK on everything.
That's what I like to hear. Dude, it's been a pleasure.
This tune I'm about to play now is unfinished at the moment, so I think I'm chatting rubbish in the intro. But
oh, no worries. I love a bit. I love a bit of random chatter in the intro. Dude, It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, and we'll speak soon.
Thank you for having me, bro.
No worries.
All right, man. Take care.
Right, speak soon. This one coming from Pavv, going by the name of Right Way.
Yeah, got some more headphones, please. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to get money in the right way. I'll take a honey for a nice date. Looking real cruddy in my next mate. Never in a hurry, never time waste either. I don't wanna fight for no reason. Straps and tools, I don't need them. I'm rapping these fools cause I'm seasoned. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, now I'm trying to get paid. That's cash in the bank, no whip, but I put gas in my tank. Mine's never blank, full of ideas with my peers. No games like Ratchet and Clank. Wrap up the dank, pack it and pack it, get pack it, then rack it and bust out a skank. I have to give thanks to myself, I've been up in the ranks and ranks, moving better. Man, I like, who's this fella? Ain't seen him with a mic in his hand, but he's killer. Many sick flows, no filler. Standing strong, no pillar. Come like Thriller and Manila, cause the punchline's iller. All blacked out like Silla. Grew up on grime, not Bryce and Tiller. £5 dinner, Jojo's chicken was the winner. Money in the right way, I'll take a honey for a nice date. Looking real cruddy in my nags, mate. Never in a hurry, never time waste either. I don't wanna fight for no reason. Straps and tools, I don't need them. I'm rapping these fools come season.
Sounds of Pavv on this one. We're going to be jumping on the line with Will.B in just a second. Out to everyone locked in this morning. And loads of playbacks today.
The streets,
let us know how you're feeling in the chat.
Cause I grew around fiends. £2
It's going to be a good morning, trust me.
Teens with the hunger to eat. One with a beat shot.
This one sounds off Pavv with Right Way.
My team never had a mask on my face.
That's to the Slinky Tortoise.
Race, hard work pays, I've been grafting for days. Half of me aches, but the other half's laughing away. Ha ha ha, it's a wave, never half-ass bars, we don't rate tray way. Menage a trois, trying to get a freeway with some babes in the place, cause I'm trying to get money in the right way. I'll take a honey for a nice date. Looking real cruddy in my nags, mate. Never in a hurry, never time waste either. I don't wanna fight for no reason. Straps and tools, I don't need them. I'm rapping these fools, cause I'm seasoned. I've been doing this since I was a little kid. P-A-V-V. Can I be what I wanna be? P-A-V-V. Be what I wanna be. P-A-V-V. Is it R-O-T-T? Yeah. What's my name? Is it P-A-V-V? Is it R-O-T-T? Can I be what I wanna be? It's the world that I wanna see. When I move to a tropic beach, F the monopoly. No time for apologies, life got a copper dream. Never say never, but I'm never gonna follow sheep. My psychology twisted horribly. Will I feel better than that? Yeah, probably. Don't holler me if you ain't got me. When I've been down, so down it swallowed me. Mine spin round and round like a horror scene. Back and forth on a spot, it's a horror dream. Not a nightmare, cause this shit's too real, ain't quite fair. Got a click that I real when they're right there. Yeah, I'm local, cause I spent time here trying to get brains in the backseat. In a whip that's not mine or a taxi. Couple chicks that I find and they smoke weed. Couple clowns in the town when a chat breeze. You can't bring Pavv down with your bad breed. I ain't tryna hear that, I'ma do me. Truly press.
Right then, friends, we are back inside Cub Camp TV. We're live we're live in the cave on Cub Camp TV. I can't even speak the right way around this morning. It's one of those mornings. Had loads of things go wrong, but it's all good. One thing I've got to say before we jump into this conversation, we had our Tesco delivery arrive yesterday, and I got a crate of Coke because people know I like my Coca-Cola, and they've sent the little tiny Diddy cans, and I won't lie, I'm not a fan. Anyway, Will.B's on the line. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Yo, how you doing, man? Yeah, not too bad, thanks. You?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Enjoying the show, enjoying having these, having multiple conversations with different people. It's always a good way to start the day off, I feel. You can probably tell I'm full of vim and buzz now.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously, this is the first time we've actually had this conversation. This was an interview that was originally scheduled for Trickstar as well. So we were going to have like a bit of a sit down and a conversation about the new single, which has done really, really well. So let's kind of, before we do that, let's get into a bit of background about yourself. Like, how long have you been making music now?
I've been rapping since I was about like seven, like bare young. Been making tunes for years now, and recently trying to be taking it a bit more seriously in these last few years. Wow, I mean, so from the age of 7. Yeah, literally, man. Just been like writing bars, like so young. That's an absolute, man. That is really, really young. Like normally, the sort of age we see people starting up is around sort of like 11, sort of 12. That sort of seems to be the age where people kind of go, "I'm interested in this. I like it." But 7 is really young. Like, who are you being influenced by at the time? Obviously, like classic, like Eminem and all that. But loads of like UK people. Like my brother used to listen to a lot of like Dirty Dyke and that. So really, like he was like the main guy. Wicked. So very much. Well, I mean, at the time, I'm pretty sure Dirty Dyke was kind of Brighton based as well back then. Yeah, definitely. Sick. Well, I'm more southeast based. I've just been living in Brighton for like my uni. Oh, fair enough. So how long have you been in Brighton, floating around in Brighton then? Just for like the last year, really. Like last September. Sick. How have you found moving over here? Yeah, I'm liking it, man. Just been smashing the studio, just making bare tunes, bare productive.
That's what I like to hear. And I think as well, obviously I'm someone who's grown up in Brighton, so I've been here the entire time. So I always like to hear about people moving here and kind of getting a taste of what the city's all about. And I think it's like how have you kind of found that early sense of like community then? Have you found you kind of slotted right into where you wanted to be?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's like everyone's so nice down there. Just making bare mates and just making bare tunes with new people as well.
That's what I like to hear, man. That's sick. Like, I mean, obviously, with kind of like going back to the sort of rootsy sort of structure then. So you said it's the last sort of couple of years you've been trying to take things a lot more kind of seriously. Like, how would you sort of describe that difference then? Obviously, early on you're younger and things are more a bit fun or whatever. You're kind of rapping at school and stuff like that. But like, what would you say was the thing that made you kind of switch around and go like, no, actually, I'm going to take this as a serious thing?
Not too sure really. I've just been trying to look into like the background of everything, like rather than just chucking out a tune, just really like looking into it, like how to get playlistings and all this sort of stuff, and like sending out press releases and just trying to get a bit more professional.
Okay, so primarily just doing the more sort of behind the scenes stuff, should we say then?
Yeah, rather than just chucking out a tune and no one listening, trying to actually build the audience and get a bit more hype around things. Definitely,
man. I think it's good. And the thing that's exciting about what you're doing as well is you seem to very much have locked on to like an early fan base, which is quite cool to see. Like, so when did you put your kind of first official release out under the name Will.B then?
I've been going by the name Will.B for years, literally like year 7. So yeah, for ages people know me as Will.B. But I've been proper releasing music like on Spotify and everything from about 2 years ago.
Okay, that's quite cool. So it's still like you're still quite early in the journey then, I'd say, of kind of like refining the sound and kind of making sure people are aware of what you do. Like, do you obviously with like obviously your name it's a shortened version of your actual name, which is quite cool. Yeah. Like, do you find people literally call you Will.B when they meet you, or do they call you William?
Yeah, literally everyone just like my whole family even call me Will.B. Like like no one calls me Will. Like it's weird now.
It's quite an interesting one though. I've always had a thing for being kind of like nicknames. I've always found quite a cool thing. And the fact if one's so close to your actual name as well, people do tend to just kind of click onto it and go, right, that's your name from now on, which is always quite fun. We've got some music to play today. We've got 3 bangers that we are going to run over the course of the next 23 minutes or so. Now we've got this nice introduction out of the way. So let's get into this first one on my listing today. This one goes by the name of Plastic. Talk to me about this tune. How did it come together? What's happening with it, etc., etc.?
This is the second tune me and SV made. SV's this London producer and he's sick. And yeah, it's proper bouncy vibe. Went up to the studio, made it with him and a few boys. And yeah, instant banger. Wrote it like a couple nights before and then just sounded hard. And it did pretty well on Spotify and YouTube and everything. And yeah, it's probably one of my favourite tracks.
Sick, man. That's good to hear. Like, how do you kind of like know when you've got one? Like, do you get like a feeling when you know you've got a bit of a banger in the works?
Yeah, me and my boy, I make tunes all the time. Like, I'm making tunes like every day, and then when it's the right one, we're just like, yeah, we just know when it's going to pop off.
That's sick, man. That's a good feeling to have, especially in this kind of climate we're in now, of it being so there's like no one really knows what's next musically, you know what I mean? There's so many different genres and styles that are kind of floating around, so to know when you've kind of have that feeling of yep, we've got one. It's kind of like catching a fish or whatever when you go fishing and catching it and doing the reel in, like we got one, we need to make sure we finish it. Which is quite sick. So let's get into this one then. This one goes by the name of Plastic. Will.B is in the building. One time, what is the best social media tag for people to get you on?
It's at Will.B_SKT on mainly everything.
And that's on everything, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Don't go anywhere, guys. We are live on Cubcam TV. New listeners, hit that subscribe button. We are running shows like this Monday to Friday here from The Cave. Will.B's on the line, and this is Brekky In The Cave, so don't go anywhere. Bap.
Man, I'm trying to have a chill. Late night music and bill. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm Will. Not gonna splash out a bill. Me trying to save like a meal to give to my kids in a will. Plot that. Skill when I write, yeah, I got that. Old pendants, yeah, I lost that. But came in heavy when I got back. Not on a spot act. Into the gym and I'll top that tracky. I couldn't really care if it's baggy, man. I'm trying to just coach, don't care. Cause you wanna just watch, that's trashy. Brother, be happy. Got what you wanted, still be sappy. Bro, you're a moron, don't be a waste. See that your heart's in its place. Me, I'm a chase. Bags that I'm catching. Me, yeah, I act real. Fuck being plastic, pussy. I can never be plastic. Dreams that I chase, I'ma catch it. Ting tings on my mind did a backflip. Now I'm seeing the crowd is attractive. I can never be plastic. Dreams that I chase, I'ma catch it. Ting tings on my mind did a backflip. Now I'm seeing the crowd is attractive. Looking, Will.B raps or he's cooking. Ain't when I fight, but I'm hooking. Bring who I like to the booking. 10 man deep, so we get 10 meals with the puddings. Chuck on the rider. Got cons, beers, no cider. Me gonna eat like a tiger. Dreams gonna elevate higher. Me when I speak, never liar. Me, I achieve, not a trier. Never. Don't know if I've met someone better. Chasing the bag for the treasure. Chasing the land of the pleasure. Wanna get grants for a lecture, but I can't stand all the pressure. Take as it comes. No, I can't sit with the bums. Still take pics with the Huns. Me, I'ma see where it goes. Just know that it's Will from the hills to the shows. B. I can never be plastic. Dreams that I chase, I'ma catch it. Ting tings on my mind did a backflip. Now I'm seeing the crowd is attractive. I can never be plastic. Dreams that I chase, I'ma catch it. Ting tings on my mind did a backflip. Now I'm seeing the crowd is attractive. I can never be plastic. Dreams that I chase, I'ma catch it. Ting tings on my mind did a backflip. Now I'm seeing the crowd is attractive. I can never be plastic. Dreams that I chase, I'ma catch it. Ting tings on my mind did a backflip. Now I'm seeing the crowd is attractive.
Right then, we're back on the line. We're live from the cave. This is Brekky in the Cave on Cubcam TV. Will.B joins us this morning. How are you doing this morning, sir? How's the morning looking where you are?
Yeah, it's very nice and sunny, man. It's a lovely day.
Sick. You know what? I say this every time I ask that question. People on the stream could probably see this. That's as much sunlight as I'm allowed in here in the mornings. That little curtain behind me. Because if I get any sunlight in the room, the entire camera feed floods. You can't see anything, and it's just depressing. Wherever I go, I don't seem to be able to do a breakfast show and actually see the sunlight, which is sad. But we'll crack on. You know, I mean, I don't mind sitting in the dark. Let's talk about Let's talk about the big one then. Let's talk about B as a single, and kind of how it almost exploded to an extent.
Yeah, B's a banger, man. I love the tune. Made it like the beginning of this year, back January, and again that's with producer SV, and yeah, it's been going mad recently. It's good to see, really.
So when you were putting this one together, then, like this was like the first time I heard of what you were doing, and it definitely kind of hit my stream, and I saw it popping up on a load of stories and a load of different places all around the place. So when you were putting it together, was this one that you got that like feeling of, oh, we've got a banger here?
Yeah, definitely. We went to the studio to record Minor and Plastic, both tracks by SV, but this time it was a bit colder and a bit grimmer, so we didn't fancy going up to London to record. So just got the beats sent through and wrote the bars like a few days later, and we just had it.
Sick, man. Like so when you're putting together projects like this, like what is the kind of studio process then? Like what is the scenario? Obviously you said you go up to London. Do you primarily go up to London to record, or do you have a studio space here in Brighton?
Yeah, I run like a little studio for artists as well, so I just record there. But for like stuff with SV, we usually go up to his studio to record, but up in London. But yeah, it's a bit of both, really.
Okay, cool. Like when you're like choosing the instrumental tunes, what do you look for in an instrumental as well?
I like bouncy beats, so it's proper like 110 BPM, just not too fast, not too slow. Just something nice, something to bounce to, really. Something
that's got a bit of a dip and a groove to it. That seems to be the thing that I notice with a lot of your tunes.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like SV just patterns that every time.
Definitely, man. So with this tune here, then this track entitled B, like talk to me about TikTok, because you seem to have not mastered, but you seem to be very much along the way. to kind of understanding how to make things pop on there. Like, I don't understand it. I feel really old saying that. I'm not old at all. I'm only 26, but I don't seem to be able to kind of clock how it works. Like, how do you make something pop on TikTok?
Oh, I don't even know. I've really just been getting into it like a few weeks ago. I downloaded the app and posted like a few little jokey videos, and it got like a couple hundred views, but on TikTok that's like nothing. And then I thought, I may as well just make a dance to this track and then see what it does. And now we got like a couple thousand views on that, and like almost like 100 dances, and looking kind of nuts.
Like, how? Like, so when you say 100 dances, do you mean 100 people have sent in versions of the dance?
Yeah, like 100 plus have been sending me in the videos, and then there's about 100 on TikTok itself. And it's nuts, man.
That's absolutely mad, because it just seems like it's such like a viral place, and it really feels like such a good place to kind of, if you are making music that can be danced to, shall we say, it definitely seems like the place to kind of make sure you're putting stuff. So what do you say to people when they send you the videos?
I'm just amazed I can do it, because when I was learning it myself and I made it, like, I was finding it hard. So I don't know how other people are learning it.
It's like, how you like imagine, do you ever respond to them going like, how did you do that?
Yeah, literally, some people are doing it better than me and adding their own dance moves, and I'm just like, what? Like, teach me.
What's been the best one you've seen? Like, are there like when you say dances as well, do people have like their own routines made up, or are people like doing your routine? Like, how does it work?
Well, it's mainly like the rough routine, which I made like a few weeks ago, but people adding like spins and all sorts of things, man. It's nuts. Like, literally, I'm the worst dancer, so like, to see this, it's nuts.
That's mad as well. To kind of go like into the future now as well. Is this something that you're going to really like bear in mind when you're kind of putting music together now? Are you going to kind of think like, could we turn this into a dance?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think with a lot of the stuff I'm making anyway, as it's like 110 BPM, it's very danceable. So, like, very easy to dance to. So, hopefully, yeah.
It's sick to see, man. I mean, the whole concept of it is still an absolute madness to me, but the fact that there's over 100 people that have sent you dance videos of dancing to a tune of yours, that to me is an absolute madness, and I've got to say, well done, sir, because that to me is just absolutely mind-blowing that's the scenario. But yeah, let's get into this single then. So, would you say is this your favourite of the selection you've done so far?
I'd still say Plastic is my favourite, to be fair.
You reckon? Oh, okay, cool, fair enough.
Yeah, I do rate this track heavily. Like, it's definitely up there, but yeah, Plastic's still the one for me.
Okay, no worries at all, but we're still going to play it. I want to play it, because this is my favourite of the selection.
Yeah,
so yeah, this one goes by the name of Plastic. We are live on Cubcam TV. New listeners, hit that subscribe button. As I said before, we're here Monday to Friday doing interviews from different people from all different genres. It's always fun to do, and there's always good new music on the way, including this one, so don't go anywhere. Bap.
Man, I'm trying to have a chill, late night music and bill. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm Will, not gonna splash out a bill. Me trying to save like a mil to give to my kids in a will. Plot that, skill when I write, yeah, I got that. Old pendants, yeah, I lost that, but came in heavy when I got back. Not on a spot act, into the gym and I'll top that tracky. I couldn't really care if it's baggy, man, I'm trying to just coach, don't care, cause you wanna just watch, that's trashy. Brother, be happy, got what you wanted, still be sappy. Bro, you're a moron, don't be a waste. See that your heart's in its place. Me, I'm a chase.
You know when a system goes against you and it really, really wants to play the same tune again and everything's going wrong? That's my morning today, people. I do apologise. We're going to run B now. I don't know what's going on today. Something's in the air. I don't know what's
going on. I'm just chillin', B. Know a couple galley that are feeling me, and I get a better hate, but it isn't deep. If I spend what I make, then it isn't cheap. I'm just chillin', B. Know a couple galley that are feeling me, and I get a better hate, but it isn't deep. If I spend what I make, yeah, man, I'm too hungry. Jump on a beat that is funky. Switch up flows like blood, I'm too jumpy. What did I stop now, bro? I'm too bungee. Only link chicks with the hips that are chunky. Oh shit, too fly, didn't notice. Will.B's too fly, but you know this. Man, I gotta get bread like Hovis. And I only break bread with the closest. So true that I'll bring in the crew. Got a few been about since London Zoo. Quick shoot, then I'm off. Gotta write new tunes. Know a few that are pissed didn't make the loop. Progress. Yeah, man, I spend days that are so blessed. Why spend your life just beefing? Me, I wanna live life with no stress. I'm just chillin', B. Know a couple galley that are feeling me. And I get a better hate, but it isn't deep. If I spend what I make, then it isn't cheap. I'm just chillin', B. Know a couple galley that are feeling me. And I get a better hate, but it isn't deep. If I spend what I make, then it isn't cheap. Bro, no way. Chasing a bag on a solo day. Oh no, if you're so slow, get away. Car gotta get paid, can't wait for delay now. On a mission when I write a written. Only in the kitchen if I'm cooking chicken. It's my own flow, never cat a rhythm. Yeah, it's all me on the track I'm spitting. Too much sun in Napa. When I come backstage and meet the rapper, I ain't on verbals, no, it's no chatter. Fake youths beg for views, they all blaggers. Talking shit, they never had it. Asking a question, bro, they start panic. I don't really care, my guy, I can't lie. Me, I came for the peace, don't care to be savage. I'm just chillin', B. Know a couple galley that are feeling me. And I get a better hate, but it isn't deep. If I spend what I make, then it isn't cheap. I'm just chillin', B. Know a couple galley that are feeling me. And I get a better hate, but it isn't deep. If I spend what I make, then it isn't cheap.
Right then, friends, we're back inside the building. That one there going by the name of B. Really, really cool tune, and and definitely a tune that I'm finding myself bopping to. I'm almost doing the Macarena in the video, though. I've just clocked myself like a few seconds behind. But yeah, really, really cool stuff. Like, when you've kind of put that tune together, then did you expect it to get the response it did?
I was hoping for something along the lines of Minor and Plastic sort of streams, but yeah, the way it's growing at the moment, never expected it really.
Sick. Like, so with this project then, like, moving forward, we spoke earlier about like adapting it to trying to make sure you have like almost like a danceability to all of your tunes moving forward. Like, is that something that's going to be very much ingrained from the start, or are you going to be kind of looking at stuff afterwards and going, actually, we need to make it more dancey?
I feel like I'm going to make the tunes anyway, and then if I decide to put out the tune, then we'll look into the dance sort of thing. But yeah, I'm not sure if it'll influence the tunes, but definitely if we can do a dance to it, we will.
Definitely, and I think that's the right way to go about it, to be honest.
Viral promotion.
Yeah, man. I think as well, viral promotion now is such a like, it's almost like such a tool at your disposal if you're able to grapple onto it and kind of go, right, I'm going to use this. I'm going to get as much kind of interest in this as possible. So yeah, man. I mean, first of all, again, thanks for coming on. It's been really good to chat and kind of find out about like your sort of methodology and stuff like that. So, what's on the way for the future then? What's coming up?
We're just trying to put out some more singles recently, like trying to get these tracks ready. But it's just getting the videos ready for it, to be fair. Like, proper annoyed, obviously, with all this COVID-19 sort of stuff. We can't go out and record a video, so I'm just waiting to be able to record that. And then we should have another single ready for everyone.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. Have you, what about doing a TikTok video, though?
We have not yet, no. I will need to think about that, though.
Yeah.
We need to think of something for it, anyway.
just combining everyone's dances over a new instrumental. That'd be quite fun to do, or a new track. That'd be quite fun to do.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have to look into something.
Definitely, man. So what are you up to for the rest of the day then?
Rest of the day, I think I'm just hopefully making more tunes, to be fair, and just making some beats. But yeah, it seems like my day.
That's what I like to hear, man. Staying productive, staying busy. I think that's the best thing for people, especially people in a sort of creative mindset. I think keeping busy is quite important in the current scenario. Just so people don't get out of practice, and just so people's minds don't end up wandering. You know what I mean? I think it's good to keep yourself stimulated.
Yeah, trust me, just keep myself sane, really.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got one more tune to run before we finish up this conversation, this interview. This one goes by the name of Let Me Know. Talk to me about this one. How did it come together? What's the setup with it?
This one's a proper chilled sort of vibe. I wanted to show people I could do something a bit different than just rap. It's a bit more singy on there. So, yeah, it's a bit different to all the other singles I've released. So hoping it'll go down well. But
there we go. That's what I like to hear, man. Dude, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on this morning. Thank you for joining us. One more time, what is the best social media tag for people to get you on?
it's at Will.B_SKT.
That's what I like to hear. Good stuff. Dude, we'll speak soon.
Yes, man.
Bless. No worries at all, sir. No worries at all. Right, let's get into this one then. This one is Let Me Know by Will.B, and we'll see you in just a second, people. It's Cubcam TV.
If you wanna link, I said I gotta go. I can never think about another girl. Been riding, I'm riding this ride for you. No time, can't lie to you. Maybe I never wanna let you go. Sade or Sadie, I'll never know. Heart beating as fast as the metronome. If you wanna see me, baby, then let me know. Let me know, car whipping in a motor. Coming over and I never told ya. Not a stoner, B, I'm not a smoker. Better shisha before I bend you over. Aha, I said it's funny, boo. Lucky me, now B, it's lucky you. What's money when I'm stuck with you? Get money, make money, that's the fucking truth. SKT is no joke. Always see you popping up at shows. After hours, you're always here when it's closed. After showers, you're always here in no clothes car. Let's not lie, B, I know you want it. I live my life just the way I want it. So just sit tight when I'm ready for you. And I don't bite unless you really want it. If you wanna link, I said I gotta go. I can never think about another girl. Been riding, I'm riding this ride for you. No time, can't lie to you. Maybe I never wanna let you go. Sade or Sadie, I'll never know. Heart beating as fast as the metronome. If you wanna see me, baby, then let me know. And I'm forever knowing. Sunglass in my eye for the light you showing. Yeah, tickle a bit, but I got the weapon on me. And I ain't coming out less it's 30 degrees.
Out to Johnny B. You know what? I don't know the dance off by heart, and I've got to say, sort of dance routining is definitely not my cup of tea. I'm just not very good at it, to be honest with you. I'm a freestyle guy.
So glad it ain't raining. Sun's in my eyes, but I really ain't complaining.
Electric jazz, that's a bit of me.
Bits I watch, then run.
I'm joking, throw me into a soca dance.
Ching the glasses shap.
It's my cuppa.
I love seeing bros with me that get paid. My team win, you see.
This one, Let Me Know by Will.B. Really cool tune. Out to the Locked In crew this morning.
If you wanna link, I said I gotta go. I can never think about another girl. Been riding, I'm riding this ride for you. No time, can't lie to you. Maybe I never wanna let you go. Sade or Sadie, I'll never know. Heart beating as fast as the metronome. If you wanna see me, baby, then let me know.
There we go. That's how we're going to finish that one up there. Massive shouts out to Will.B for joining us for the last 30 minutes or so. What we have on the way is one more tune to finish up today's show, but I want to say thank you to everyone who has been involved, everyone in the chat, everyone who has been listening in as well on the more silent flex. Out to 3000 Bass, out to Arvo, out to Johnny Edwards, Johnny B as well, and out to the Slinky Tortoise, all leaving messages this morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish up with a track from Mark II. This one is forthcoming on 440 Records. Really cool future UKG flavours on this one. I'm going to let you know who we have on the show tomorrow morning as well. Tumble Audio and Toph will be joining us. We're going to be looking through new music, how Tumble Audio was set up and their position within the UK bass scene, how they've become such an influential player in that field. Also looking through how Toph has managed to kind of really pick up some steam with his new recordings, and the fact that he really just something I want to mention, how good and consistent he's being with his sort of like promotion, his email threads. Like with Toph, it was very much an example of I've seen his stuff pop up in my email, but it's just been looking better and better every single time, to the point where I'm now like, look, I need to get you on the show because clearly something's about to happen and I want to make sure I've got this interview in with you as that happens. You know what I mean? I think that's a good way of putting it. So we're going to finish up with this one, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining me this morning. Please do hit that subscribe button. We're here, as I said before, we're here every morning, Monday to Friday, bringing you fresh music, fresh news, different guests every single day as well. That's from 10 till 11:30, looking through the latest in good music and fun times. So there we go. Right, I'm going to leave you with this one. Please do lock in tomorrow morning, and as I said, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you later. This one, Mark II with Rhodes. Oh yes.
on the street, fam. These youths are on the street for man. These youths are on the street moving the food for me, fam. I'm not on road, fam. I don't need to be on road. I need to be on road for, fam. All it takes is a bit of encouragement, you get me? No youth wants no £7.20 hour a job, fam. You get me? When I showed him this, you get me? Like, that's all it takes, fam.
How long does it take to make that, fam?
A couple days, my G. Couple days. A man am slaving away for a fucking paycheck when they can get this in a couple days, fam. Think about it, blood. Man gets dough out here, you get me?
So where do the young people think? Young people